They are called witches, Part 3. A story by Eby's Heart. I just killed their grandma, Myra's short text message to Nneka read. Nneka quickly drove home in panic. I told you to be careful, she shouted. We need to bring their grandma before they notice she is missing, Nneka told Myra. It is time to invite all our sisters here. This home is very comfortable for us. The last home we occupied was what scattered us all over the place. The fire there was too much. Here, there is no prayer or fire at all, and the woman of this home is dead, so we are free to operate from here. Nneka had 4 sisters. They were burnt at stake as witches so many centuries ago, but they never died and have been living amongst humans. They don't eat food nor drink water. Their only food is blood, and they feed on weak spirit. They penetrated Aluko's home because there was no spiritual presence. Aluko dated Nneka for 2 years before pushing his wife to death. Nneka, who was always the center of their quarrel, made Aluko to push his wife so hard, causing her death. 4 years, they have been looking for a home where they can all settle under one roof. Their real face was burnt black and their real eyes were hollowed, so they had to wear the faces they needed. Myra made Grandma to reappear back, and she was long dead, so Nneka called one of her sisters and invoked her spirit into their grandma's body. We have taken over all the women here, the rest will be too easy to destroy, Nneka said, and laughed while Grandma and Myra joined her. They were laughing when Myra's younger brother came in. He just 13 years old, but he knew their grandma does not like Nneka, so he kept quiet and was listening to what they were saying. A lot of things they said didn't make sense to him. David, Myra's older brother who was looking for admission into the university and was hardly around, came home and saw their grandma's face with heavy makeup. Mama, what is wrong? Why is your face looking like Nneka's own? Their grandma even started wearing skimpy clothes. She stopped cooking and taking care of her grandkids as before. All she does was make up, dress up and leave the house. This continued, and their father, who hardly paid attention to things at home except Nneka, never noticed. One day, David, who had noticed how their grandma always locked their room door to make up almost every hour of the day, placed his phone to capture whatever she does inside the room. But the phone captured only darkness. He was surprised. So he bought a recorder and placed it in his grandma's room to know what they always chat about. After 1 week of placing the recorder, he heard the worst. They were planning to take over his own body and bring in one of their sisters. Then their father will be the last to be overtaken. Bringing all our sisters under one roof have always been the goal. When everything is ready, we will live happily ever after. They all said, giggling happily. David could not believe what he just heard. I cannot go home again. I need to talk to someone, David murmured. But who? Who will believe his weird story about his family being taken over by some strange people? So he reached out to his mommy's older sister, Auntie Moji. Auntie Moji accused Aluko, David's father, of killing her only sister. Because of that, Aluko banned her of ever contacting him or his children. She had tried severally in the past to reach out to her sister's children but failed. So when David contacted her, she was very happy and promised to come and visit them. David, out of fear, moved in with one of his friends and was observing what was happening in their house from afar. But the day Auntie Moji came, she sat in the parlor with David, who was terribly scared. Why are you so scared? Did something happen? Auntie Moji kept asking David. David, who didn't know how to tell Auntie Moji what was happening, wanted her to find out herself. But the moment Myra entered the parlor, Auntie Moji screamed and stood up to leave. She ran towards the door and tried to open it, but felt a heavy blow behind her head. She fell down and fainted.
Please like, share and follow for the next part.